And to the final year of the episode, we go. 2013, highest grossing film, also known as that Avengers hangover, because we could not get enough Marvel of that time from the general audience. Iron Man 3 is the highest grossing film of 2013. Also, a movie that when we draw it for a big box office, I am not necessarily excited. I'm not
No.
pissed, but I'm not excited. I've often said that movie is a good action movie. It's not a good Iron Man movie. Um, I don't think it's that bad of a movie. It just doesn't fit context. Notables also of that time. Another one that not as good as the book, Catching Fire. Bad version of a book. And then reverse, Mockingjay is better than the book in my opinion. Despicable Me 2, Man of Steel, Monsters University, Frozen, and this year we get the greatest gaffe in Oscars history.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, World War Z, Gravity, Fast and Furious 6, the the franchise that never was, Oz, the Great and Powerful, Star Trek Into Darkness, Thor, The Dark World, The Lone Ranger,
Ooh,
The
yeah, a lot of
Heat,
gems.
The Great Gatsby. However, we do also get This Is the End and the straight horror remake of, or not remake, but the straight horror version of Evil Dead, which I think is great. I love that movie.
Hmm.
So it's fun times here in 2013, but a lot of trash too. So it's a weird year. I have but one change.
Okay, I actually have no changes, so you can throw yours out there.
No nomination for your boy Ed Sheeran in the original song for I See Fire. I think that is wrong. I think it deserves a nom.
Mm.
I don't think it deserves a win necessarily, but I think it deserves a nom.
When it didn't get nominated, I understood why. Because
Oh,
I was like, I don't know. It just didn't seem like the type of song that would get nominated ever. I was okay with it.
yeah, I think it works really well. I think it's just good. It's good. It's a good song.
I mean, I love that song.
Yeah, yeah. Also, good times
I would have
though.
been super happy had it been nominated.
Oh, also that was great in concert seeing Ed Sheeran and seeing I See Fire with the whole background and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah,
So
it's great live.
was I don't have any real changes.
So as you said, this year is John Travolta's Adele Dazeem year.
Adim Dazim.
And then also you get McConaughey's like terribly delivered speech, which just confused everyone. I
Yes.
remember watching it live and just being like, I think I understand what you're trying to get at,
Yeah,
but
I understood it, and I again kind of like I said earlier in the show, where I'm always the guy that has to listen and then explain it to others. I had to do that in the room for a couple people, and they're like, "What the fuck was that?" I was like, "Well, he's talking about his future self, and he
but
can never reach his
he
goals because that's who his hero is eventually who he
but he
is."
did not say it well.
But it did not come off well. It sounded kind of like a rambling mess.
He sounded very egotistical.
A little bit, a little bit.
And then also this year, our future president, Donald Trump, attacks Kim Novak, who is a screen legend from particularly Vertigo, because I think she was like presenting, it was like animated short or animated feature or something like that. Then he attacked her looks because she had plastic surgery done. And then he said, "Oh, you should sue your surgeon." It's like Donald Trump. If anyone should be attacking anyone's looks, it shouldn't be you. It's just like I. It just drives me crazy.
It just did you see my face drop and my mood changed when you're like our future president? I went fuck. Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
day or two since I thought about that. So,
this is 3 years before he even became
but this is the
president.
start of when he started dabbling
Yeah,
into
that's
that
true.
shit. Like, cause remember that was also during the time he was really trying to do the whole like birther movement shit, where he was trying to
Yeah,
say
that's true.
Obama
Yeah.
wasn't born in the United States, and That's when he
Yeah,
was really starting to dip his toe and see if he could. Because remember, people don't ever remember this. I can tell you this, one of the only things he might actually be telling the truth about is I don't think he ever wanted to be president. It was all a ploy to try to help him make money. And then he got
oh,
so popular
yeah,
with the morons of Republican voters
I
that
can believe that.
he won. Because
Yeah, I
like
could
he
believe
comes
that.
down an escalator looking like a complete moron. And he's just like, Mexicans are rapists, and you're like, this is a guy running for president? Are you kidding
Yeah,
me? And then he wins, and you're like, all my faith in this country is dead. And then we get a little
yeah,
bit of
and
faith
it's just
back,
like,
and then I lost it again last month.
and it's just like Kim Novak's a legend. You fucking ogre, get
Yeah.
out of here.
Donald Trump's a piece of shit, and we can all say it, and
Yeah,
we can all know it. And even if you like Donald Trump, I think you can admit he's a piece of shit. So, and if you don't
yeah, and
like
then
it, we don't care. So fuck off.
other notable things: American Hustle gets 10 nominations, ends up winning 0. Yeah, Steve McQueen becomes the first black director to win, and then Gravity, nominated 10 times, wins 7.
Yeah, this was a 2-horse race year where pretty much you
Yeah,
knew it was
12 years or
Gravity.
Gravity.
It was Gravity or 12 Years a Slave. Whew, Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave. God damn, that's a performance because you just go, what
Yes,
a piece of shit. Like, just
yeah. There are a
human
lot of great
shit.
performances in that.
Yes, the whole movie is
Um,
stacked with great performances, so I don't want to
yeah.
just
Jumping
single out
into the
one.
5. Jumping into the 5. Oh wait, no, that's not true. Steve McQueen did not win. Why did I think that?
Hmm.
I don't know. Alfonso Cuarón won for Gravity. Maybe first black director to be nominated? No, that can't be true. I don't know. Maybe that was just a gaffe on my part.
We'll
Um,
correct. To this day, I've never seen
Matthew Mc-
Gravity, so
oh, I saw it in the theater, which was that's a good experience, I will say.
again, it's one of
Um,
those movies that captured an audience for about 3 months and then just disappeared. It won an Oscar and
yeah,
everyone, and the mission's over.
I will say it's not that enjoyable of a movie to watch at home anymore, but like on the big screen, it was pretty fun to watch. McConaughey wins for Dallas Buyers Club. Kate Blanchett wins for Blue Jasmine. Jared Leto wins for Dallas Buyers Club, and then Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave.
I think all the right winners won here.
I changed supporting actor. I don't actually have a problem with Jared Leto winning. His performance is actually great. But I did say I would have liked to see Jonah Hill win for The Wolf of Wall Street.
I also could have argued Michael Fassbender for a Slave.
Yeah. I don't know if he got nominated for it, but
I feel like he did.
oh yes, he did. He did. Yes.
I think all
His-
three are very worthy act. I just think Jared Leto's performance, regardless of what people think about the dude, right role motherfucker can act. He is phenomenal in Dallas Buyers Club, as is Matthew
yes.
McConaughey.
Well, this is before everyone like kind of sees him as like really pretentious.
Well, so
So,
his career's gone in waves, where he started as rocker, and then just
yeah.
started kind of doing some movies, and then the people that were in the know of like the niche audience that he was kind of in were like, he's a problematic dude. And then he had his rise back up during this time period where like, oh, I love Jared Leto. He's so good at what he does. And then Suicide Squad happens, and then pretty much everyone just starts going, oh wait, no, he's a pretentious piece of shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Um that's the only change I had. A couple shout outs. Hugh Jackman in Prisoners and Tom Hanks in Captain Phillips, and then Paul Dano in Prisoners as well.
you are such a
Yeah,
Paul Dano fan. It's ridiculous.
yeah, he's great. He's like great in everything he's in. Like
I've
literally
I've
everything.
only ever seen him as the Riddler. I'm not against it, but any time that there's not a show that goes by at this point That you somehow do not mention Paul Dano.
Hey, Daniel Day-Lewis said he's got the chops.
If you're gonna pick
If
him, pick him.
yeah,
I
if you're
guess
certified by Daniel Day-Lewis, that's good enough for me.
Daniel Day Lewis is
Um,
the Rotten Tomatoes of actors. If
yeah.
he certifies you fresh, you're fresh.
Best Picture goes to 12 Years a Slave, The Wolf of Wall Street, Her, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Nebraska, and Philomena.
So Philomena, Nebraska, Gravity, and there's another one you mentioned. But this is one where I've actually
Her.
seen. But this is actually a category I've seen the majority of the films. I've
Oh,
seen.
okay.
I think
Captain
her is
Phillips.
Captain Phillips is the one I haven't seen.
Okay.
So, but her 12 years. Like this is a really good group of films. Where this is a year where I can go. There's a decent mix of stuff, and there's not. To me, when looking back at the popular films of the year, there isn't a movie anywhere close to sticking out where you go, come on. Like 2010
Yeah.
Inception gets a nom and you're like, no shit. Like, come on. Like, it's obviously really, really good. 2012 Skyfall would be the one I'd probably make the argument for that's both like a great Oscar contender and a great popular movie that doesn't make it, but I don't think it but if I have to say I think I could make an argument, I don't think it's good enough in that realm somewhat. This is one a year that I go, you know what? Nothing really sticks out. This feels like the Oscars actually has a little bit of weight this year.
Yeah, I had 3 changes, but that's just down to personal taste. Because I actually do think Dallas Buyers Club, Nebraska, and Philomena are good movies. I just changed them out for Before Midnight, Inside Llewyn Davis, which is a Coen Brothers movie, which I think is underrated, and then Prisoners. Yeah, those are just personal choices though,
Yeah.
because I actually do think that's actually a really solid lineup of Best Picture nominees.
And 12 Years a Slave feels like the obvious choice.
When I saw it in theaters, I was like literally 100% sure it was going to win Best Picture.
Yeah. I don't
And
I
I
think
think
I
it came
watched
out
it
in like
after
October.
I think I watched it after the fact, but I was just like, yeah, I get it. It's it's good. It's a good movie. It's fucking
Yeah,
devastating and
it came out
horrific.
in yeah, it came out in October, and I do remember going to the theater because this is when I was just
Going to everything.
going to literally anything that had to do with any Oscars buzz. And I was just like, okay, really excited to see it. And then, yeah, when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is gonna win. There's no possibility this is gonna lose to anything else.
It's
I will say, I also when I saw Her in theaters, I wasn't sure if it was gonna get a nomination because I really love that movie.
hers very
I'm
good.
really glad it. Yeah, I'm really glad it did get nominated.
Yeah, I remember watching that with Ab and a couple people, and we all just kind of looked and were like, "Pretty good fucking movie." God damn.
Yeah, that's another shout out. Actually, Spike Jones
Yeah.
direction for her. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. What was our BAFTA Rising Star of the Year?
Oh yes. Okay, so you got Dane DeHaan, George McKay, Lupita Nyong'o, Leah Sado,
Leah Seydoux.
and Will Poulter.
Well, there's one obvious choice amongst all of them. That is not a strong year in terms of whoa. It's like I think there are good actors in there. There's one that makes me say maybe, but there is
Yeah.
one abundantly obvious choice of yep, yep.
Yeah.
And if
But
it's
who do you think got it?
now that you say that, I feel like it's gonna be a trick question. It's got to be Lupita. It's gotta be
It is
Lupita.
not. It
What?
is Will Poulter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so confusing sometimes because I'm like, well, the thing is, like, Lupita Nyong'o, I'm pretty sure 12 Years a Slave was, like, one of her first movies,
Yeah.
and, like, I think her first big movie, so and Will Poulter, I'm pretty sure the only thing he had done before in 2013
It's We're the
that
Millers.
was I'm pretty sure, like, that's the only big movie he had done,
Yeah.
and then I was trying to think of the other ones. George McKay, I have no idea what he had done before.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, did you see 1917?
No.
Oh, okay, he's the lead in that. He's great. He's also in Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen, which is an underrated movie.
Okay.
And then, yeah, Dane DeHaan. I don't know what he would have been in before 2013. Did the first Amazing Spider-Man come out?
Uh, so he wasn't in the first Amazing Spider-Man. He's only in the second one.
Oh,
Because that
okay.
was part of the big buzz was, oh shit, they're doing Harry Osborn, they're doing Green
Yeah.
Goblin, but he was in Chronicle that year.
Yes, and he was also in, I don't know if it came out before 2013, but he was in Kill Your Darlings with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Dane DeHaan's one of those that I wish kind of got a better shake of movies. Like I just wish some of his choices
He
went
doesn't
better for
seem
him.
great at choosing, yeah,
Be-
great making
because
choices.
I totally understand the Amazing Spider-Man choice, where you're like,
Sure.
hey, I'm gonna be in this big franchise with these other young people that are hot at the time. You know, Andrew Garfield coming off Social Network, and he's a really popular choice for Spider-Man. Emma Stone, obviously, that works out for Emma Stone. Anything that you say, hey, I'm gonna work with Emma Stone, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna do it because I'm
Yeah.
working with Emma Stone, because she's kind of becoming quietly one of the most respected actresses of a generation.
She has 2 Oscars, and
I
she's not
know,
even,
but she's
what,
still
35?
yeah, but that's the thing is she's still remembered for non-Oscar stuff, which is hilarious.
Exactly. It's
But
it's incredible.
it because I remember the first time she got nominated and won, I was just like, "Good for you, Emma," because to me, Emma Stone is super bad in Zombieland.
Yeah.
Like that's who Emma Stone is to me. She's not starlet that carries these weighty productions for Oscars. She's hey, it's the girl next door Emma that we all love. Like that's awesome.
Mhm.
And I think it's hilarious because going back and watching like Superbad and Zombieland, you're like, huh, this is a two-time Academy Award winner for Best Actress.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Lea Sado.
She's great. I do love everything I've ever seen her in,
I
but
I think the only thing I know she was in at around 2013 was Blue is the Warmest Color,
then
which
you're
actually I'm surprised they actually didn't pick her because that movie had, like, tons of buzz around that time, so
well, she's in 2010's Robin Hood, if you recall.
Oh, yes, she
Yes, she is
is.
with a white Oscar Isaac, which is hilarious, as Prince John.
Yes.
And then she gets,
Got
and
that.
then it worked out 2 years later because then she's in,
Oh, she's also in Ghost Protocol.
yeah, she is, and then she's in Spectre 2 years later, where she becomes like the love
Yeah,
interest of James Bond.
yeah,
So I love when I see Lea Seydoux do something. I'm usually excited because I'm like, she's good. She doesn't
yeah.
usually pick projects that I'm like, yeah, but she's one of those. I'm like, could we do just a couple popular movies? Can we stop doing art house shit all the time?
I like when they stick to that.
It's just
'Cause it
just
makes me think that
I'm not saying
they
everything. I don't want everything to be Chris Pratt where you only do modern blockbusters. But at the same time, I'm just saying throw the general audience like do the Steven Soderbergh idea where like the way Soderbergh always describes his career is I do one for the studio, then I do one for me. Then I do one for the studio, then I do one for me. But they're always usually really enjoyable films, so it's fine and it doesn't like mess his tone up or anything. But he's like, okay, I'm gonna go throw the studio a bone. I'm gonna do something for more of a general
yeah.
audience, and then I'm gonna do a little bit more auteur stuff, which I like.
Yeah, but the good thing about being an actor is you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Director, you sometimes have to do that.
Yeah, she's one of those people that I wish would do more popular stuff because I just want to see her in more stuff.
Sure.
Because a lot of the times when you get actors like that, they do these things, and I'm like, I didn't know that was a movie. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, yeah, there's tons of stuff like that.
Yeah, so. But alas, favorite film of 2013.
Ooh, that's a tough choice.
Yeah.
Neither be it's between Wolf of Wall Street, Her, and Prisoners. Those three I really like. Not sure
Um,
which one.
this one was tough for me as well because again, there is no standout, but there isn't even like a really good competition. I think by default, it might be The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug, but that's not like a strong like yeah. It's more of just like
Sure.
I think you won because you're in the same universe that I adore. World War Z might also take a nod there because I do like World War Z quite a bit. It's one of those movies
Mhm.
that I see it on a streaming service. I always get excited. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'll watch that. But there's no 2013 is not a strong year for your boy. It felt it again like
Yeah,
2011, where I just went, "There's movies out this summer. None are that intriguing, but they're here."
yeah. Well, for blockbusters, it's yeah, not great.
And that's what drives interest in movies for the vast majority of people. So
Most people.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a tough one. But that has been the years 2009 through 2013. It's been fun. We did a lot of time on this one, so I'm glad I broke it up into segments, so that'll be a lot easier to edit this bad boy. But you can check it out in yearly form, or you can check it out in full form, however you want to, on the show, and it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. In the next couple weeks, we're going to be covering Black Christmas for a cult classic series, which it's a Dylan suggestion, which I'm excited for, because I've never seen that movie. However, I have a coworker that she asked me if she's getting into horror movies. She's a younger woman, and she just goes, "I'm just really starting to get into horror, and I've heard a lot about camp something about camp." I was like, sleepaway camp, and she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's not scary, but you should watch it." Like, so
Yeah.
I spread the show wealth of
It,
sleepaway camp to
it
someone
needs
else.
to spread like a virus.
That has never been said better. It needs to spread like a virus. Sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
But again, cult classic series is going to be a lot of fun to cover Black Christmas, and we're going to do a commentary track to Sleepaway Camp one day. It's got to happen. It's now too infamous in our family to not do it, especially that our younger family members are all starting to get into it as well. But you can see that towards the holidays, as if they're not just days away at this point. You're going to see our Fix It episode of Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. We're going to try to fix that franchise, which is already recorded and ready to go. And you're going to see our year end review towards the end of the year, and it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And you can see Dylan not watch any 2024 movies trying to do a 2024 show. So that'd be hilarious.
Yes. A lot of non 2024 movies.
Meanwhile, I've been in the theater twice this week to see movies. It's like racking up movies, be like 2024, 2024. I've seen some stuff. And also out this week is a Wicked review, and I will have a review, if it's not already posted, of The Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim. So you can see 2 movie reviews on the channel as well if you want to go check those out. But that has been this show for our Oscars recap. I hope everyone's still listening and watching. Go watch a great movie and enjoy your day from all of us over here at PT Creative. Peace, love, and hugs to you all. Goodbye!